Well, I found an article that's a couple days old, but I thought I'd do a video on it because there's not really a lot for me to do videos on as of late. But this one comes from Nichiban. It's 4 days. Was published 4 days ago, I think, June 19th. I'm not exactly sure if there's a time zone difference between here and from where I am and from where it was published, but season 2 of Tanya the Evil has been announced, which I would look forward to if it gets off the ground, or if it doesn't get canceled for some reason, or if something just happens to it. But anyway, Studio Nut has announced the second season of fantasy isekai anime Saga of Tanya the Evil. For those unfamiliar, the story began as a 2012 novel before becoming a light novel and manga in 2013 and 2016, respectively, under the full title The Saga of Tanya the Evil, or The Military Chronicles of a Little Girl in Japan. The first series of the anime premiered in 2017 and licensed under Crunchyroll in the West. The story follows a Japanese salaryman after he has died, murdered by a disgruntled employee he had fired. A being claimed to be God then offers to reincarnate this man to another world, punishing him for his lack of faith by putting him in the position where he should end up turning to him for help. Reincarnated as a little orphaned girl called Tanya in a war-torn country, Being X, Tanya's name for the being that denial of it being God, states that if he dies of unnatural causes or refuses to develop a faith, his soul will be sent to hell. However, Tanya's ruthless attitude in her previous life will ensure she thrives. Joining the Empire's Mage Corps, Tanya aims to climb the ranks quickly and get off the battlefield and quickly as possible, and off the battlefield and quickly as possible, prioritizing her own life and career above all others, even her allies. Tanya von Gurachov quickly becomes the infamous in the 1920s alternate history, where World War I is fought with magic as well as arms. Now, Studio Nut has announced the second season. A fan translation of the teaser via the comments revealed the narration by Lieutenant General Hans von Zetur, I think that's how you pronounce the name, discussing how the Empire has done so well in the war that they made too many enemies. As such, whoever she is talking to needs to kill one soldier. You can find the teaser trailer below, along with the key visuals for the season, art by novel illustrator Shinobu Shinotsuki, I think that's how you pronounce the name, anime character designer and chief animation director Yuji Hosogo, and the manga's artist Chika Tojo, all produced art to celebrate the news. No premiere date was confirmed at this time. We will keep you informed as we learn more, and that's the end of the article. And Saga of Tanya the Evil was actually pretty good. I really liked it. I also liked learning some stuff about historical figures that apparently she was influenced by, or the writer was influenced by when he was doing research on the Great War, or he already knew of. I mean, some people think she might have been inspired by the Red Baron. I kind of want to believe that because I love learning about the Red Baron, and he was a badass, an ace among aces. Or no, he was called what would be considered an ace of aces. And Tanya's similar, but I think she's also inspired by, I can't remember the guy's name, but he was hated by both the Allies and the Russians. It was something the Black. I forget his name. It was a really good video where they talked about, where they were going over the facts for, I forget. I think it was 414 or 141. No, 414, I believe, was the channel's name. And I went over these facts about her that I thought were interesting. And I kind of like Tanya the Evil because I think it was supposed to be revealed later on that she's actually I want to say a libertarian. Or she believes in like freedom of will and making your own way, or something like that. It's been years since I read this about her, but yeah, she's not so bad of a person. And she's just doing what she can to survive in this world where she's been placed into by a jackass deity who just wants to prove a point. And she's kind of like, you know what? Screw you guys. I'm going my own way. And I don't mean that in a MGTOW way. I mean, and she just, yeah, she has all these really cool well, not cool, but good soldiers under her command who all have distinct personalities and viewpoints. Well, maybe not distinct, but they all have a personality of their own. They don't feel like generic copies of one person. But then again, this is manga. They kind of have to branch out a little. Oh, no, that may not factor into. Anyway. What's also interesting is Tanya's also kind of like, I could sort of, some people have compared her to a Nazi at some point. But sometimes the war she's in feels like a combination of World War I and II. Sometimes. I really wouldn't know how to explain it. Plus there's all these good memes like, it's only a war crime if you lose. And that's really all I can say. The anime was good. I thought it was more than decent. The only downside was Tanya in the English dub was voiced by Monica Rial. The embodiment of evil in the anime world as far as I'm concerned. Her and her fiance, wife beater asshole. But beyond that, but I'm a big believer you can separate the art from the artist, and this is a case of one because it was great. I loved the voice acting. I loved the plot lines. And I just loved seeing Tanya struggle to make what the end result she desires and the outcome. I really liked seeing that, seeing her struggle and it kind of blow up in her face. And I think she kind of gets a little bit more deranged as time goes on. But that's about all I can really say. That's what the article said, and that's more or less my thoughts. Is I can't wait for this. I'm like, pump that shit into my veins. I want it that bad. And, yeah, just let me know your thoughts in the comments. Have a nice day, and remember the game was rigged from the start.